is a man named Jesse Lee Calhoun, who you see there. He is in custody right now for a parole violation. He has a long rap sheet, 2003 and 2008 convictions for assault, sentenced to 4 years in 2019 for burglary. He was released early in July 2021 by then Oregon Governor Kate Brown for having served as an inmate firefighter during the wildfires and to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 in prison. I never even heard of inmate firefighters. That's new to me. But a woman who claims to be Calhoun's girlfriend has linked him to at least 2 of the current victims. I'm joined now by sisters of one of the 6 women found in the Portland area. Ariel, Hamby, and Robyn Speaks are the sisters of Joanna Speaks. Thank you both for being with me. I'm so sorry for what happened to your sister. I can't even imagine what you all are going through. I mean, tell me about Joanna. What was she like?
She was vibrant and full of life, and she did things her own way.
Yeah, you can.
She definitely did. She was witty and sarcastic.
Yeah, you can tell in the pictures that she looked like she had like just a great personality. Robyn, 6 women found within 100 miles of each other. Police have linked 4 of the victims to the suspect. Do you have any indication if they're in the process of linking your sister to him? Is there any new information on that front?
I do believe that they will link her eventually, even if it's different compared to what they find, or have found with the other girls. We are working hard to find any, verified personal links, but we are already aware that Joe's been linked to the girls personally, so kind of just feels inevitable at this point.
Yeah, it makes sense. Ariel, is there anything that connected your sister to this man that you know of? Why he may have, gone after her particularly?
From what I understand, he was a part of the demographic that she was in, kind of that addiction. She was houseless at the time, so I feel like they could have connected that way. I don't think or know of anything that would create a target specifically on her, but who's to say at this point anything is possible.
Robyn, what do you make of, it's kind of startling that he was let out of prison with that rap sheet. And it's interesting, the whole thing about let out early for being an inmate firefighter. That's got to make you angry, I would imagine, because when he got out is when he, killed all these women.
He hasn't been charged with anything specifically yet that I know of for any of the women.
Yeah, that's a good point. Accused, yeah, that's right.
It is not okay that somebody with a rap sheet as long as his is free to walk the streets. Regardless of thank you for the help in the fires, but still he did the crime and he should have had to do the time that he was supposed to. And him being let out, regardless of whether or not he does end up getting charged with or found guilty of anything with these women, he went back for a reason and should have gone back prior to that I know of. For a reason, he was breaking the law anyway, either way, after being let out. So yeah, it's not okay that he was just released.
Have police given you any new information, Ariel, in terms of the investigation? Do they keep you updated? Is there anything new?
We talk to our detective pretty regularly, at least once a week, sometimes every day. He's really good about keeping us updated on processing of certain evidence they have. I don't have any specific updates other than he's basically implying that we're going in the right direction. So I'm hopeful.
Robyn, are you in contact with any of the other victims' families? Has there been any sort of connection there made?
Yeah, we've been speaking with some of the moms of the other girls, and we try to keep in touch with them regularly and, help each other as far as any new information or whatever, and kind of more just support through this whole thing.
Yeah, I'm sure it's hard to be patient, Ariel, but obviously, these types of investigations take time. But I would imagine it's got to be just awful waiting and hoping that they do come to some kind of resolution, that there's some kind of connection made. I would imagine that'll bring at least some kind of closure.
It would be a step in the right direction of closure. I don't think we'll have that until we get a conviction, but it definitely gives us a little bit of hope that justice will be found for her. And we're not good at being patient, and thank goodness our detective is so willing to explain procedures and timelines to us, because it really makes us feel like we're being heard and we understand the process.
Yeah, no, thank goodness that you have a detective who keeps you in the loop like that. And again, we cover a lot of these stories. That's always a frustration, but unfortunately, sometimes the wheels of justice do just turn really, really slowly. Robyn, when was the last time you talked to your sister? What was your relationship like before this awful thing happened?
It's been a while since I've actually talked to her in person. We would message every once in a while. She reached out by message often to all of us. But she kind of just kept to herself, and she was part of the demographic that we talked about earlier. She was a struggling addict, and she was trying to get clean, and she was trying to get into recovery and stuff. So, but with that whole thing, I mean, we had boundaries because of that, because we have families that we have to take care of. And
yeah, of course. When did you realize, Ariel, that, I mean, was she just missing for a while, and you were hopeful that, as part of what she was going through, she was just not contacting you guys? I mean, when did you realize that something was really wrong?
When we got the phone call that they had found her dead. Oof. Is when we knew. Unfortunately, she had been incarcerated from March 8th, and she was let out on March 15th. And the 16th was the last anyone had heard from her. And we were used to her, reaching out every other week, once a month. So it wasn't unusual that we hadn't heard from her. So it was a shock and still a lot to process. When we got that phone call, I still don't think it feels real sometimes.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, Ariel and Robyn, thank you for coming on. I think everybody has someone in their family or a friend that struggles with addiction. And I think everybody can relate to that, and no one deserves to end up in a situation like your sister. They're just as human as anybody else. So thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.